back to another episode of Organizing Tune-Ups. I'm your host, Jessica Littman, and we are breaking down big organizing concepts into small, bite-sized chunks you can do in your home every day for 5 to 15 minutes. In this episode, we are talking about ways to transform your closet from a cluttered mess to calm and organized. So when it comes to actually organizing and decluttering your closets, there are two ways to go about doing that. It's section by section or taking everything out. For the purpose of this episode, we are going to talk about how to take everything out and go through it. I would highly recommend going through everything all at once if you are ready for a complete and total reset. It is the easiest way to kind of go through and make sure that everything is organized and put together. So first thing you're going to do is take everything out of your closet. If you have drawers and stuff hanging, start with all the stuff that's hanging. Take all of the hanging stuff out, lay it on your bed, on the floor somewhere, and then clean those rods. If you notice, they get super dusty. Make sure you clean the rods of your closet so that it feels a little more tidy. Also, vacuum in the corners if you have carpet in your closet or dust to make sure that those closets are clean before you start putting stuff back into the closet space. Once everything is out from your closet, pick up one thing. It's already on a hanger, so it's not going to be that difficult to do. Pick up one, the very top thing. Ask yourself this question. When was the last time you wore it? If you're I don't know, then that is your indicator that it is probably time to get rid of it. So I'd take it off the hanger. If you can't recall the last time you wore it, take it off the hanger, put it in a pile that's going to be your maybe pile, and then go to the next thing. Hold that up. When was the last time you wore it? Then if you say, oh, well, I wore it, last week, then ask yourself how you felt in that piece of clothing. Did you feel confident? Did you feel comfortable? Did you feel good about yourself? And if you say yes, then go hang it back up in your closet and then repeat. Do it with the next one, the next piece of clothing. When was the last time you wore this? And if you can recall the last time you wore it, then how did it make you feel? If you want to keep it then from those two responses, hang it back up in your closet. Otherwise, put it in the maybe pile. There are sometimes clothes that you will realize okay, that can just go in the no pile. But most clothes, I feel like we just kind of need to process and think about, do I actually want to keep this? Did I forget I had this and I really like it? By cleaning out and organizing our closets is going to help find those clothes that we really like and enjoy. So then as you're going through, you're going to start to find a pattern of clothes that oh, I'm not wearing, I don't like, I'm not in, you get in this flow. So once everything then is sorted into back in your closet or in this maybe pile, or if it is a hard no, then that's its own pile in and of itself. But once all the yes clothes back in your closet, then you can go to the maybe pile. In that maybe pile, you are going to go through it one more time. Because you've seen all the clothes that are hanging up, it's going to be a much better indicator of what you actually want to keep and what you are going to be comfortable parting with. This time going through it is going to be much quicker. So now you have to ask yourself, am I keeping this? Yes or no? If it's yes, get a hanger and hang it back up. If it's a no, put it in the no pile. If you are unsure, here is one of my favorite tricks. Put it on a hanger because your closet's now all organized. Okay? Put it on a hanger and try and find a spot where it would make sense in your closet because your closet's all pretty. And if you are unsure of this piece of clothing and you're trying to find a spot for it to go and you can't, that's your indicator that you don't need to keep it. I've had in-home clients and virtual clients that I have gone through and I've done this strategy with them. We've gone through, all the clothes, and then when it's finally going through the maybe pile and it's still maybe, Then we go into the closet and we're like, well, where would you put this? And if they could not find a spot for it, like a lot of times they put it, well, but this isn't like as white as my others. This is kind of like droopy. I don't have anything else that's red. I apparently don't wear red. And you can kind of start to see it because now your closet's full of all the things that you do actually wear. So it makes it easier for those clothes that you are truly like, I really don't know if I should keep this or not. You can visually see it in a much clearer space. And so I like doing things that way. Then you've gone through yes and no. So now you just have your no pile left. Get a garbage bag and figure out what you're going to do with it. Are you going to donate it? Are you going to sell? What are you going to do with all the leftover clothes? And then your closet is now clean and organized because you spent the time to do that. Now, there is one other thing I want to talk about before we end this episode, and that is the drawers in the closet. Now, usually when like you have all the hanging stuff, it's much easier to go through. The stuff in the drawers are like the things like socks or underwear, t-shirts, like undershirts, like workout clothes. Those are the things that could be easier to do in category. So if you do your entire closet by pulling it all out, all the hanging clothes, this is when I say closet, I'm talking hanging clothes for the purpose of this episode. You take out all of the hanging clothes and you go through all of them. Then you can slowly go through your drawers based on category. So all socks, I'm going to pull out all the socks with holes on it, put the ones that are good back in my drawer. All the underwear that I actually wear, like the gross underwear or the ones from high school. We don't need to keep the ones from high school. It is time for us to get some new underwear. And then all the workout clothes, go through the ones that you like, put them back, and then the ones you don't, do the same method. But now you have a little bit more of a strategy because it's not so big. Now, if you do have a lot of drawers and very little hanging, follow this exact method, just opposite. Do all the drawers first and then hanging by category. If you like what you heard, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, make sure to subscribe to Organizing Tune-Up's email so you never miss an episode. I will see you in the next one.